And we're live.
Ooh. And we have a guest.
Favorite episode.
Favorite. And she dances, yes. Welcome.
Thank you, ladies.
Super excited that you're here. Super excited about all the things that you do. I'm like a fan.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited for you.
You're going to make my cheeks turn red.
So this is Shavon, for those who don't know, if you live under a rock. She is the owner of Elite Infusion. She is the owner of Code Red Healthcare, which is a home care agency. Mm-hmm. And she's also also teaches nurses how to become independent contractors. Yes. And she has a book that's going to show you how to do that, which I will be purchasing after we record. I wrote it, buy this.
It's called Independently Speaking.
Independently Speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So once we post this up, we'll make sure that we put all the links to everything so you guys are able to purchase and follow and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Before we hop into this episode, please remember to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, Brian, I'm so excited. First, so cheers to a good episode.
Oh, yes.
A little chilled Moscato action.
Choice. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Josh, do you want to go first with questions? Do you want me to go first
oh my
with
gosh.
questions?
First, I don't know when you sleep. But that's
right.
We could talk about that another day. But I guess, which one was your first endeavor? And then I'm going to ask, which one is your favorite?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have an answer for both of those.
Okay.
So my first endeavor was Code Red.
Okay.
Code Red is my baby. I started off bedside nursing. I've been a nurse for 11 years now. I'm an LPN. I did go to RN school, but Code Red, entrepreneurship in nursing has been like my go-to. So I started Code Red Healthcare Services in 2016. And the reason I started it because I was over the politics of nursing. Most people that is in nursing and working in a hospital, they understand where I'm coming from as far as advocating for patients and not being able to. And that just didn't sit well with me. So I left the hospital and I ended up going into home care nursing. And then while I was in it, I saw just things that I didn't like. And I'm like, okay, the only way to change things is if you create your own stuff. So I created Code Red Healthcare Services, and that's how my baby was birthed. And then I did independent contracting. I wanted to get people to understand that being a nurse is like, it's a scale. So you think that you are limited to one particular field or one particular space. And then you also believe that your compensations, your what am I trying to say here? Your compensations, your 401ks, that all of that stuff just comes from the hospitals or the places you work. And people don't understand that you can take those same aspects and put it just into yourself without the rules and the politics of working for a company, a foundation, or whatever the case may be. So that's how I got into independent nursing. So it started off when I transitioned over to home care. Before I even started Code Red Healthcare Services, I knew that I wanted to build in a different way. It wasn't building just for now, but for the future. How can I create generational wealth? How can I be the person that was never taught to me, to my daughter? And all of those things were important to me, and that's how it birthed my entrepreneurship stage. So my first company was Code Red. Now my favorite, which is what I call happy nursing.
Yes.
Happy nursing.
I love happy nursing.
Elite Infusion.
Okay.
Oh my God, I love
Hold on, because I'm so excited. Yes, for Elite Infusion.
Elite Infusion that's my baby. Code Red is my baby, but that's like my excited. It's like having a newborn kid, right?
And that's the newest one?
That's the newest one. Yeah. So Elite Infusion is my newest baby.
Okay. Yeah. I started following you on Instagram.
Really?
Because I was seeing you through like suggested posts, like Mel, and then she said, I finally got her to agree to be on the show. We got a date. I'm like, yeah. Okay. And I would see, and I started following, and talk a little bit about Elite Infusion, because I don't think people understand the popularity of that now, who's actually like requesting those services and like the benefits of those services.
So Elite Infusion, I hate to associate it with popularity. It is. Most people know about IV hydration due to hangovers, right? That's like the most popular thing. You go to LA, you get you a hangover drip, you go get drunk, we could drink all of the Moscato that we want to, and then you have a hangover, but then you have to be to a meeting in 30 minutes or 40 minutes. How am I going to get over this hangover? People go in to get IV hydration. So the concept of IV hydration is basically our bodies is a flow system. So everything within our bodies flow. But what happens is when we get drunk or when we overuse our muscles, whatever the case may be, it constricts. So think of hydrating you from the inside out. That's how I look at IV hydration. So it literally opens up the vessels that need to be opened. It restores the cells that need to be restored, all from the inside out. But people just associate it with certain things, and I love it. Love. A transparent moment. I'm a diabetic, and I got into IV hydration because I was looking for alternatives for myself to understand how can I beat diabetes? Like, diabetes can't defeat everyone, but it's the one thing in the world that, you know, most people suffer from trying to have a cure for. So how do you regulate your body? How do you get your body to be at its optimal maintenance? Is by giving it fluid. And we think that we drink enough of water, but it's on a cellular level, and people don't get that. And I think that's why I love it so much, because it's literally hydrating you from the inside out. So getting IV hydration is like probably the best thing that anybody can do, in my opinion.
And I think I first learned about it because of the whole hangover cure, popularity, Vegas, Cali, all those things you talked about. But I started looking into it more because I'm like, I'm a terrible vitamin taking person. So I'm like, I'll buy all the vitamins, and then 6 months later I'm like, ooh, after about a week I forgot to take my B12. Like, so I feel like that is the answer for someone like me, or for people that just don't want to take all those vitamins in the morning, all the pills.
And then what people fail to realize is, even if you take those vitamins in the morning, on the day-to-day, 95% of Americans have poor gut health. So I can take something by mouth and then never get the absorption that I need in my body because it has to go through my gut. And if my gut is poor, then I'm not breaking down the nutrients. So IV hydration is like directly to where it needs to be. So if I need something that's going to go directly to the cells that need replenishing, give it to me. So, and we already produce these types of vitamins, amino acids, and super antioxidants. We have those in our body, but we don't eat enough food to activate them. We don't drink. We don't take enough vitamins. We don't do any of those things to help activate them. So we're depleted in a lot of ways, where you don't even notice until you start feeling sluggish, and you feel like, why do I want to sleep all the time? Why I have no energy? Like, all of those things play a part, but can be solved simply with just an IV drip. I mean, not one, because one isn't enough. One is like, your body is the door and IV hydration is the key. So it's like, okay, I cracked this door open just to let some in, but I want to flood it. So how do I flood it? I just keep giving my body what it's asking for.
So for someone like Jos, who does take her vitamins every day,
you do.
And her boyfriend's really cute, and he puts them in a heart, which I love. So if somebody like Jos that's taking vitamins every single day, and they say, no, I don't want to do the pills anymore, I want to switch over to IV hydration, how many times a month would you say would be equivalent?
So we recommend that you get drips twice a month, but it's not bad at all. So twice a month, and if not, some people who are very active get it once a week. So you're only able to get it within a 7-day span. But there's a lot of things. So if you don't even want to get an IV drip, I'm scared of needles. I think the needle is in my arm. It isn't. But we have shots that's formulated that has the same consistency as our drips that we can give you in the shot. So we have like our Tri-Immune Boost, which is like not equivalent to our immunity drip, but it can give you the same effect just within the IM shot. So if you take your vitamins every day, we still recommend that people still take their vitamins, because no one thing is a cure. So everything has to work together.
Yes.
So no one thing is the cure. So you need multiple things to work in unison So if I'm giving you IV hydration, right, and you're taking your vitamins, you have a better chance of absorbing your vitamins that you take by mouth because you're relieving that all of that pressure being on your gut, just dispersing your nutrients. Now you're giving your body nutrients via another terminal, but instead of just your gut.
Yeah. Right.
So we never just say, "Oh no, stop taking your vitamins."
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Do them together. Get all the benefits.
Absolutely.
So if I said, okay, I'm coming in for my IV hydration, how long would I expect to be there? How long does that process take?
IV hydration is dependent upon each individual, but we tell people the bag can run between 20 to 40 minutes. Okay. But that depends on you. Some people are super dehydrated, and when they get their IV in, it literally drips like, and you're like, okay, like their veins become like so constricted because they're not hydrated. So it could take them the full 40 minutes.
Okay.
But some people come in and their body is like, give it to me and ready to receive it, and they'll be done in 20 minutes. Okay. Literally 20 minutes. I've seen a drip actually be done in about 15 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like, I need all the nutrients.
I need all of it.
Give them to me now. How long after do people say like, oh, I feel like, oh, I'm energized, or like, how long does that take?
So some people, right, when they get their drip, we tell people all the time, everyone, like I said, everyone is different. Everyone feels different. So we tell people, if you get your drip and you feel tired, that means your body was in need. Yeah. So it's like, we just gave you a rush. You feel tired, and then you're gonna probably want to sleep for like 10 minutes, and then you will wake up. You're gonna be like, where the hell did all this energy come from? Okay. So it's like a detox, because that's what it does. It detoxes you. So if you ever taken a detox before, you know that you'll feel that, oh my God, I feel super sleepy. Yeah. So your body is like releasing the sludge, and then it's taking in everything that you just got. Okay. So you can expect to feel better on an average day. On an average person, you can expect to feel better in 30 minutes. Nice. Even while you're getting the drip, you start to feel better. I had a client that came in, muscle pain. Came in, their back was killing them. Like, oh my gosh, I don't even understand. And I didn't even add any Toradol to their bag. I just gave them one of our bounce back bag, which is like great for athletes. Okay. Because he was having a lot of muscle tension, muscle spasms. They just needed to be open. And he sat down in agony and got up like, wait, did I just stand straight up? You did in 30 minutes. That's awesome. Literally in 30 minutes. Your body needed it. Your body needed it.
Absolutely needed it.
I'm gonna tell my brother-in-law about this.
Let me write this down.
It's so good.
What would you recommend? Because you have there's a bunch of different types of drips and combinations that you create for people. Yes. What's your most popular, or what's the one you recommend for like a beginner?
So we have our optimum maintenance, which is like our beginner drip. Okay. So if you've never had a drip before, your body doesn't know what it actually fully needs, but you know that I'm tired, I'm dehydrated, and I need to pick me up. Our optimum maintenance drip is the best drip for you. Okay. Our most popular drip is our Ready, Set, Go. Okay. It does exactly what it says. It's like, are you ready? Okay, get set.
Go do everything that you said
you're going to do, because that drip is going to give you optimum energy.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have to prepare for your IV, something you have to do before, or something that the client is expected to or should see afterwards?
So before, we tell everyone to drink water. That just helps with preparation of your veins. Okay. If you ever been to the doctor's office and they're going to draw blood, they tell you to eat and drink. That's important because it helps with showing your veins. What to expect afterwards, that's basically the only thing you have to do prior to. Afterwards is expect your pee to be yellow, and that's like the one thing people be like, they call, oh my God, my pee was yellow. I know, it's okay.
You just got a lot.
It's okay. You just got a lot of vitamins and minerals and amino acids in your body, and you're going to excrete those because on top of that, we gave you 500 mLs of water. So you're going to excrete that, but you're not losing what we gave you. This is normal. You have to excrete some of what we put in, right? Especially your kidneys have to function right in order to receive IV hydration. So. And that's another thing we have to tell people all the time. IV hydration on this level, the way we do it, how it's so it's wellness based, and things like that. You don't have to go to a hospital to do it. It's more for well people. Okay. So there are guidelines that we have to follow because we're outside of a hospital setting to make sure that we are only giving IV hydration to well people, because we don't want fluid overload. Right. We don't want anyone not being able to excrete what we put in them. So we have to make sure that they are well enough to receive IV hydration. It's not for everyone in this setting. It's for everybody, but in this particular setting, the way that IV hydration is right now, you go to a place, they come to you. Think of those things. If I'm a nurse and I'm coming to you, I need you to tell me everything that is wrong with you. Now, we have a standing orders that we have to follow. We have protocols that we have to follow. So we're depending on you to tell us everything that you are going through that day, so we know that you're the right candidate for IV hydration in this setting. Okay. So. But yeah, basically just drink your water, eat something before you come, and expect for your pee to be yellow. Okay. And you may feel cold because we are putting a solution in your body, so you may feel a little cold, but we do offer blankets. we make you comfy.
Such a nice service. Such a nice service you provide.
Thank you.
I love the lounge spa non-hospital feel of it. Yes. Like this is a luxury.
It definitely is a
luxury. So I was like, yes, I can afford to buy my vitamins and all that, but if I can afford to get the IV hydration, I will be doing both.
But you want to know
because I'm bougie.
Yeah, that's right. Bougie, not basic in this sense, because it's not basic.
We're both bougie when it comes to our health. Yes. So it's like,
all the things.
And people don't know that, if you work for corporate companies, that your company have corporate wellness accounts. Mm-hmm. So you don't necessarily even have to pay out of pocket. Mm-hmm. We don't take insurance for it, but we do take corporate accounts. So if you work for Target is the biggest one that people don't look into, that is a corporate account that literally pays for wellness. They have a wellness account that people just don't tap into. Mm-hmm. So it's our job as hydration nurses to go to these corporate companies and tell them, like, listen, you want your employees to come to work, right? Mm-hmm. You want them to be well, you want them to be energized and do their job. Offer them IV hydration once a month.
There you go. It's smart.
It's like
you want them here. They're short staffed in the entire country,
and everybody is so tired, and everybody feels so down. And give out B12 shots.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I used to do B12 shots. I can vouch for that. I miss them.
I just took B12 shots on Friday.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yes, B12 shots are amazing. And I love that it's a wide range because, like I said, people really don't like getting needles.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So if I don't like getting a needle, then what else can I do? Although you'll still be getting a needle, most people are okay with getting an IM injection. It's like, boop, then you're done.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask, well, what do you do when you get a call, or if you've gotten a call that's like, I know I need this, I know my body needs this, but I'm terrified of needles.
Oh, so it's like coaching 101, right? We get those types of clients all the time. Like,
it's like, I'm not signing up for this. I don't want to sign up for this.
Like, so you're telling me the needle stays in my arm? It doesn't come out, and I gotta sit here like this, and then it's this for 30 minutes.
Right. No, if you bend the arm, it's gonna go to the other side. No, it's just a plastic catheter.
That's it.
It's fine. It's okay.
I take the needle out. So what I do in that sense, I love live demonstration.
Okay.
So I go in, I'll open up a needle. Now it's not as cost effective, but I don't get a lot of clients that's needs this type of assurance. Right. But in order to make someone comfortable, because the setting that we're in is to provide comfort, I'll show them. I'll pull out the needle, I'll show them what it looks like, and I'll retract it. And I'll show them that the only thing that stays in your arm.
Like, oh, that's
it's just like, that's it? Okay. Like this.
I'm not gonna trip
wait,
that.
so the needle's not in? No. So it's all about assurance. You know, you got to, sometimes you really have to walk people through an experience they never received before. And it's okay to do that because it's my business. So it's my business to educate at the end of the day, not just tell you to get an IV, but to educate you on the reasons why you should get an IV, you know? Well, IV hydration.
Right. I feel like have you ever done like an IV hydration party? Like, I feel like that would be so much fun.
Drip parties is what we call them.
Okay.
Write that down. We need to do that.
We need to schedule a
drip party.
Parties are a thing in bridal. Listen, you'll be amazed how many brides get a package, IV hydration package, because what happens the day before the wedding?
You start drinking.
You turning up, right? Everybody turning up.
Single day.
Yes, and then you realize it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta get my makeup done, and I got a hangover.
I look terrible.
Exactly. I feel terrible, and I look terrible. So you know what we do? We come out, we prepare all of the ladies, and we give them IV hydration. I've had people. The parties are actually a great turnout. It's better if you see your friend getting one. You know, it's like, oh, my friend did. All right, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. So, group sessions are always the best sessions for me, because it's a sense of security,
right?
And everyone wants a sense of security with something they've never done before. And we love throwing parties.
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like fun. I'm just sitting here thinking like, I feel like I want to throw a drip party. I don't know why, but I just feel like that's a fun thing.
I'm picturing it in the studios, like coming over and like combining. We should talk.
Yes, we will talk.
Yes.
But that sounds like something fun. Like it sounds like a good time.
It is.
It's beneficial.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's something that you can talk about. It's an experience.
Right.
Like everyone wants to be like the
experience.
first and like share their story. Like I think that would be amazing to do.
I'm gonna tell you. You ever been hungover before?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you know that feeling. It's very uneasy, and it's like you mean to tell me
harder as we get older.
Yes, very much so. You mean to tell me in
So hard.
30 minutes I can feel like I didn't just have a drink?
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yes.
Come here. Can you come over here, please?
Right. Like, I don't have to book you for the day after my birthday because I already know I'm going to need you for that.
Yes. But it's like if people understood the mechanism of the body, and that's why I love explaining why it's so important, because the mechanism of the body is all about flow. You know, so if I need my blood to flow, I don't need things constricting. So what do I need to give it? Lubrication, fluidity. I need to provide those motions to make sure that I'm at optimum health. Right. And if you think about that on a larger scale, people with cardiovascular disease and things like that, what happens? They constrict. Migraines are, oh my gosh, I get so many people from migraines.
Interesting.
Because your migraines is constricting of your blood vessels. It needs to be open. So it's like, oh wait, so you tell me just what hydration you can open? Well, that along with some amino acids and some super antioxidants, we can open you right on up. And then you wonder why your body is like, okay, oh, this feels better.
This feels,
you know,
I'm
supposed to feel like this, because you received it on the inside, from the inside out. It wasn't.
So you're hydrating from the inside.
From the inside out.
Now, do you come out for single clients, or is that something that they need to come to your location?
So we started off as a mobile company. Okay. That's how we started.
The concierge
services. We started off doing concierge services, going out to your home, office, gyms, wherever you were. If you needed a drip, we could bring it to you. Anytime, anywhere, any place, we come to you. That's our motto.
I love that.
Nice.
And then we slowly realized that business is like booming, and we don't have enough nurses to go out mobily. So how do we fix the problem? So then I decided to open up a brick and mortar, but that doesn't take away from our concierge services. We still come out to you. One person, it doesn't matter if you fit within a radius, we can send a nurse out to you to give you IV hydration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. You know, I'm super excited for all of these things that are happening. I'm trying to think if I have any other questions. I don't think I have.
Have either of you ladies had IV hydration before?
No. Not in the style that you do it. No.
I mean, in a hospital setting when you've had to, right? But no, because I've told myself I'm afraid of needles, and I just think of that, right? I just think that it's going to be just like this. Yeah. So that's why. But as I've seen them, and I've seen how, not mainstream, but how more it's more reasonable. It's realistic. It's realistic now. It's not this like awkward, like if you're in a hospital setting. It's a experience.
Right.
It is, definitely. And in the comfort of your own home.
Right. Exactly. Right. Where you could be like and do all the craziness and then you can get your hydration on. But I feel like maybe a couple years ago when you first saw hydration party or IV hydration, like on a reality show, you'd be like, oh, I know that's too expensive. Like, I know it's like
I can't
whatever.
afford that.
Right.
It's way out of my budget.
Yeah,
Right.
because you saw it on like
that
Housewives or
platform, right? You're like,
something like that. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
no. So, but
I know it's obtainable for everyone.
It is.
Yeah.
It's obtainable
absolutely
if you
is.
are in a healthy state. It is obtainable for you, and that's the message that I've been trying to get out for the longest. It's like you can afford to be healthy. We complain about food and organic food is more expensive. No,
Right.
everything is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if it's organic, non-organic, no GMO,
Everything
GMO.
is that.
Everything is expensive, but it's all about priority.
Yeah.
So if I take my health, or if I take that as a priority to me, then I'm going to make sure that I'm at my optimum best overall,
Right.
not in some aspects but in all aspects.
Mm-hmm.
And that may take time because it's like, okay, some people can't go out and buy the freshness of the food
Right.
and do IV hydration, and that's fine. I mean, if you think about the cost, our cost for IV hydration on the low end can be $149.
Okay.
On the high end could be $300.
Okay.
But that's a range, literally, for IV hydration. How much do you spend on the weekend if you go out and party? You
About
spend
that,
How much-
for that lower end drip?
Yeah.
Easily.
easily.
How
without
much are
even
you
thinking
spending
about
on
it.
that new phone?
Right.
On the
Right.
new shoes, on the new, yeah.
Right.
So, you gotta buy the
So-
outfit, you gotta get your hair done, you gotta get your nails, you gotta
Yep.
do all those things, but you feel like crap.
Yep.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's not something that you have to get every day in order to feel good. You could get it done twice a month. So can I prioritize? It's like going to therapy. Can I prioritize my health twice a month?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, you can.
Twice a month for anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes is completely 100% doable.
Right.
Right.
So
If you make it a priority.
you
Yes.
have to make it a priority, but it's not something that's overly expensive, and that's the range for Philly. You could go outside of Philadelphia, especially like in California, where the price range for a drip can run you almost $400.
Oh, wow.
Especially if it's a concierge service
Oh,
and
yeah.
it come to you. Like traveling just in California is a headache. So if I have to travel to you, I'm going to charge you
Oh,
for
absolutely.
that.
But it's a service.
So it's a service. It's an elite service.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's an elite service, and you have to treat it as such. If you want that experience, if you want someone that's going to be that's knowledgeable, that can come in and educate you and make you feel good at the same time about what it is that you're doing and getting, sign me up.
Right.
Because
Take my money.
yes, because you don't get that. You get, this is what it is. We offer IV hydration, and that's it.
Right.
So what is it? What is it about? What does it do? So that's why we love the fact that when we send our nurses out, they're well-rounded, they're educated, and they can only stick you 2 times. That's it. Two tries, and that's it. Yep. So they have to be efficient in their skills on another level, because if you're providing an elite service to someone, you don't want to traumatize them,
Right.
Especially if they're already scared, right?
Not right. You're not
So-
you don't want to do that.
No.
Now, where is the farthest place you've traveled to do IV hydration?
California.
California.
Yep, I went to Cali last year, and one of my drip sisters has a
that's
place. She has a place in Cali, in Newport, California. Flush IV hydration. She's great. Her name is Erica, and I went and visited her space. And it was the best experience I had. But I know what it's for and what it does. And I was like, I'm going to find where she is, and I don't care if I got to drive
You take
to
that
it.
on a different level because you really know.
Yes, it's like when you realize and understand what your body needs on a cellular level, you start to look at things totally different.
I feel like that's kind of how your journey started, and why you started Beachbody and all those things.
Yeah. And then when you realize that, like, these are the best kept secrets of celebrities and the well off, like, these are not things that just came about.
Right.
We're just learning about
We
them
now have access
now.
to those
Yeah.
things.
And we now have access to them. So all these things that they were doing, and they were telling you that they were eating small meals 5 times a day. Okay.
I mean, and think about it. It's like, what do we hold on the most when we're trying to diet or lose weight? Water. How do people be like, well, I'm holding on to water weight. Why do I need more water? Because you need to flush it.
Yes.
Like, our body is going to hold on to what we're not giving it. So if I'm not giving it hydration, I'm going to hold on, and now I'm going to swell up because now my body is holding on to all this fluid because I'm really not nourishing it.
Right.
so you want to get rid of it. Drink more.
Yeah.
Hydrate more.
Yeah.
I know that sounds so crazy to
It
people.
does.
When I even tell people that, I'm like, no, you're like you just said, your body is not going to release it if it feels like it's not getting
need
it.
it.
It's like, I'm not going to loan you money if I don't think I'm going to have a check coming.
That's right.
Like, because that's all I got.
So I'm gonna hold on to it.
The money flows, sure, you can borrow it. The water flows, sure, your body's going to excrete it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's like when you're dieting and you have those starvation diets. Your body is like, wait, we don't know when we're going to eat again. We're holding on to all of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you be mad because you feel like it's not
Now
working.
you're frustrated and you're like, forget it, I'm just going to go ahead and order that cheeseburger platter because this is not working for me anyway. And then I'm going to call Shavon and she's going to hydrate me up and I'm going to start on Monday again.
There you go. But we're gonna stop the start. We're gonna stop the starting and the stopping.
Consistency.
Yes.
About consistency.
Key.
For sure.
Yes, absolutely. You ladies, I'm gonna give you drips. I'm just telling you, I should have bought some today.
Yes. Oh, listen, we will come to you.
Yes.
Or at least some shots. I should have bought you guys.
It's all right.
some
We can
shots.
invite you back.
We're coming to
Invite
you.
back.
Okay,
That's-
perfect.
that
We
is.
got Roy's raising his hand. He wants to be a part of the team. Do you have any other questions, Sean?
I don't. I want to know when we can go for real. Like this
Yeah.
isn't just for TV. Like this is for
Like,
real.
I'm
Like
in.
I really want to do this.
We are still currently under construction, but we did, like I said, we went from just a concierge service to a brick and mortar. So we opened up a brick and mortar in Ardmore,
Congratulations
PA.
again.
Thank
That's
you.
major.
That costs right enough applause.
So we are shooting to be open before July, which is very long in my opinion, but
Because you're waiting, you're counting the days.
Look, patience is key. So I am practicing a lot of patience. I did close out the schedule prior to because I wanted to give all of my attention to the transition that we were building into. In this transition, we transitioned our scheduling system and all kinds of things just to make things more easier for our clients.
Okay.
So we will be open, hopefully, July 1st.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I'm excited.
People
That's
that
my
need to be
birthday.
hydrated the week. What is it after 4th of July?
Fourth of July.
Yeah.
July 5th.
July 5th, my book is going crazy.
Busy.
Yes, and so can I just put a disclaimer out there? We are hiring too. So
Very
we are
nice,
hiring
yes.
nurses. We are hiring nurses that real life believe in teaching clients and understanding this isn't your typical job where you got to show up, your boss is on top of you. We are expecting nurses to know exactly the mechanisms of the body and what works and what doesn't work in order for them to be able to teach other people and also be happy because this is good work.
Yeah.
You meet a lot of people, and I mean a lot of celebrity people in this line of field. So we don't want people that's coming in and they're like,
Right.
no, we
Or
need,
miserable.
or miserable. No, we need you to
have good
be
energy. You
Yes.
want to be
Educate your
here.
clients.
Can you be on one? They just be on one that day.
Yes, please. Like, I need energy on 100.
Yes. So we are hiring registered nurses for the lounge. So and we're only picking an elite few, so we don't need a bunch of
elite.
people.
You gotta-
It's elite.
you
You
gotta
gotta keep it that
Yes,
way, right?
True to the name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, where did you come up with that name?
So
It sounds rich.
because
love it.
because the services that you're getting is top notch, right? So are we going to give it something like just drip?
Just drip here.
Just
Like, that's
drip.
it. Just
Right.
IVs. Just
drip.
hydration.
So the services that we're providing is not just hydration. The services we're providing is an elite service. Your entire visit, you're going to feel like, you know what, this is where I want to be. This is where I trust my health because you got to put some sort of trust
absolutely.
in the hands of these people that's
100%.
giving you IVs. You want to know that they know what they're doing. They understand what they're doing and what they're giving you in order for them to be able to tell you why you need it. So for me, it's an elite service.
Absolutely. The whole experience is elite.
It is.
Because as you're teaching them, they're going to go and tell their friends, like, oh, I got the service. And they well, why'd you need that? Well, the nurse explained it to me because of X, Y, and Z.
And the explanation is not on such a medical level. Like, you got to talk to people on their level.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Right.
if you're teaching a kid, you're not going to tell them the pie is X, Y, and Z. Like, you're not going to do that. You're going to, if you take take 4 quarters and break them down, you have X, Y, and Z. If I take $1 and I got 4 quarters, guess what? You got 1 half, 2 halves. You know, so you got to be able to explain the mechanisms and the way the body works on such a level that John Doe from down the street that work in the supermarket will be able to understand what you're saying to them.
I feel like they have that aha moment, like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's why I feel this way. That's exactly why.
When you make people feel good, they tell everybody else.
That's right.
Expect business,
and then they're even able to tell them on the level that the next person will understand. Like, oh, I don't even remember what they said to me. No, you're gonna remember.
You're gonna remember.
You're gonna remember.
You take the time. Even just you watching you explain it now, it's like this is what you do. Like this is your thing.
It's all about knowledge. We gotta go through school and learn so much in nursing school in order to be able to educate. Yep. It's all about anything. More than anything, we have to educate and advocate.
And advocate, absolutely.
Those are the things, and that's what I felt like I missed working in the hospital so much. And that was a part of my journey, and this aspect of my journey just made it more prevalent as to why I need to do it.
Right.
You know, why was I called to leave, and why did I feel so disconnected to that life at that part of nursing? And it was like, I don't get to do the things that I really truly feel is important. And that's educating clients, educating our patients, educating your mom, your sister, whoever may be taking care of you, to know how to take care of you. It's all about educating and advocating for me.
And we're expected to educate and advocate in the hospital setting, but then there's a time, like, well, you got to discharge this person, you got to see this patient. So it's like you can't do those things that we're supposed to do, and I completely understand that back and forth. I've talked about it on here several times, the politics, and of course I miss being at the bedside. I don't miss the politics of it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So I want to give you your flowers
and patient ratios.
Now we do a whole segment about that.
Part 2.
Yes, part 2 for sure.
I want to give you your flowers for being the change. You saw something that you didn't agree with, and then you became the change by creating your own.
Yes.
Like, that's major.
And it's not just about me creating it for myself.
But it's for the patient.
It's for the patient, and it's also for other nurses to understand that. Because that's why independently speaking is I created independently speaking, because I never was one of the people that I know what I'm not telling nobody.
Oh no,
never. Because guess what you eat don't make me. You know, so it's like what's for me is going to always be for me, no matter what. So there is no need for me to withhold any information from the next person or not give game, because listen, it was hard for me. I had to learn it by myself. I had to get it out the mud. Why do we always have to be that way?
We don't have to.
We don't have to be that way.
Can we get rid of that mindset?
Please.
Because I'm the one that's like, let me tell y'all about this. I just found out. Because I want to tell other people. I get excited about learning something new or figuring out that we could do something better.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell everybody.
Like, I saw this phlebotomy company. They were in the same building that Elite is in right now, and I was telling them, I went to them and I asked, I said, do you guys teach IV certification? Do you do that? And they were like, no, like we thought about it. I said, do it. And then I gave them like all of this information, like go do it, and when you're done, come back, let me know. I'm sending all of my nurses to you, because at the end of the day, it's needed, and people won't give the game for other people to succeed.
We can all work together.
We're not in a dog world.
Right, like you just gave them that free game. Now you can send students your way. Like now we can all work together and network, grow. Like that's what it's always been about. And they took that information. Shout out to We're So Vain, because We're So Vain Phlebotomy, because they took that information, and now guess what? They offer IV hydration classes. Amazing. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. You say it right here.
I like that name.
I know.
We're So Vain.
That's so funny.
I love that.
And they now offer IV hydration, IV insertion classes. You know,
which is funny because that's really not taught. It's hard to find. At least in the Philly area, I had a hard time helping other phlebotomists find schools or whatever. I
had to go to Jersey because I took an IV certification class, just because at the end of the day, we're taught in nursing school about the mechanisms of IV hydration or IV insertion. But you always want to brush up on your skills, especially because insertion is totally different from knowing the knowledge behind it.
Right. Being
Being able to insert and be great at that is important. So I had to go all the way to New Jersey because there was nothing here in Philly. And the good thing about that, you don't have to teach everyone, because with IV insertion, you have to be a LPN or above in order to receive that certification anyway. In some states, they have medical assistants that do it, which is absolutely amazing, because I think at this point in life, with the healthcare system changing so much,
let them do it.
Please,
like they want to learn and get trained.
Certify them for it. You know, add it into their programs, add it into their curriculums, because it's definitely needed. Because that's a whole nother spectrum of utilization of people that you can reach out to, that doesn't have to be licensed. So.
And I also want to touch on the fact that you're an LPN.
I am an LPN.
Let's talk about it. An LPN with multiple successful businesses.
I am an LPN. Now, I went back to school back in 2017 when I was starting my home care agency, because I thought, like, I gotta be everything for my business.
Just like when you go to RN school, I gotta go get my bachelor's, I gotta go get my master's.
I gotta be everything. So let me go back to nursing school, and I did. It killed me. It literally almost killed me.
I believe it.
Really, because I was running a business, still working, and going to school, and being a mom.
She don't sleep. That's what you said.
No sleep. I mean, half the days I'm riding down the highway, and I'm like, wait, how did I get to school?
Right.
You know, it was literally that way. But I went to nursing school. I graduated. I passed the program and graduated and failed my exit. And I was like, so y'all not going to send?
After you have the knowledge, I have the education.
I flew my grandmother in from Florida to see me graduate, like all of that, and said a speech at graduation. It was amazing. All of the things I said I wanted to do, and it was like, no, you missed the exit exam by 2 points.
And welcome to nursing school.
Oh Lord,
that's nursing school.
That's nursing school for you.
I've heard this story 100 times.
2 points. 2 points. 2 points.
Right.
And you told me I can't sit for my boards for 2 points. Okay, not because I don't know, but because of an exit. But the lesson for me in that, and that's when I had to realize that everything, God does things for us to learn more about ourselves. Adversity brings about triumph, right? And people don't tap into that. They get into an adverse situation and clam up. That adverse situation, I did that. I clammed up. I felt like a failure. I felt like everything was going to crumble in front of me. And it was like, no, God was teaching me a lesson, because if I would have passed, I would have had the mindset that I had to be everything for my business. Not that if I needed an RN, I can hire an RN.
Right.
You know, if I needed a medical director,
business owner mindset.
I can hire a medical director. And it was like, it doesn't mean that I can't own and operate my business.
Right.
It just means if I need certain people to be in certain places, I have the opportunity to, guess what? I can hire you.
Yep.
You know, and then I had to get that through my head, because that's where I was falling short. Okay. Just wanting to be so many things, and it was draining me, and it was killing me. Honestly, that's when I found out I had diabetes.
I was gonna say that's probably
That's when I found out I had diabetes. I went through this crazy phase of, like, mentally I don't break down. Physically I break down. Like, my body, when I'm under tremendous stress, my body breaks down. And I was going to school at one point, you guys, and this is no lie, like, I don't know what happened to my shoulder or what, but the nerve in my shoulder, I couldn't keep my arms like this. I literally had to, I was walking around like this.
That was like your only comfort.
That was my only comfort. That was my only comfort. And it stopped the moment I got out of nursing school. It was so crazy. It was, the stress was over. That's when it happened. But
I didn't even experience anxiety until nursing school. I was like, what is this feeling? I think, like, my heart's racing. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. Oh, that's anxiety?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I went to the hospital several times and get troponin tests. Like, something's wrong with my heart.
You can't tell me I wasn't having a heart attack.
Yeah, something wrong with my heart.
Something was wrong.
No, ma'am. You're having an anxiety attack. I said, what? You're lying.
I have anxiety. What do you mean?
So that's like, but through that failure process, through that learning experience for me, independently speaking was birth. So it was a forum for me. It was a way to tell my truth. It was a way for me to be like, you know what? You don't have to be all of these things. Like, being a registered nurse wasn't my end all be all.
Right.
Being a business owner was. No one said that I had to be a registered nurse in order to be a business owner. But I didn't know that in my mind. Because I wanted to be a business owner in healthcare, that I needed to be a registered nurse. And I was like, no, sis, you don't. And I was like, I don't. Wait, I still could be successful. And I always, listen, I loved being an LPN, because I didn't have any desire to further my education.
Right.
Anyway, I had a desire to run businesses.
Right.
So
Done and done.
done and done. Done and done. And for any LPN that's out there, please do not take it from me, get hung up over the letters behind your
don't.
name. Please don't do it. Because it's not worth it. You'll take yourself through an emotional roller coaster for absolutely nothing. When reality is you can do whatever you put your mind to. Start that business. People, when I tell people I'm an LPN and I own an IV hydration company, how? Don't you need a medical director? I have one.
Okay.
I have one.
Next question.
I have a medical director. I have registered nurses that work for me.
Yeah.
I have nurse practitioners that work for me. I have those things. It's possible, and you don't have to be everything for your business. That's burnout 101.
Yeah.
You know, you get burned out in 2.5 seconds trying to be everything for your business, no matter what business it is.
Right. Versus saying, oh, I could hire help for that.
Yes, and we don't like hiring help for some reason.
I can do it myself. I'm an independent woman.
Now I'm sitting here like, well,
Who do I
let
know?
me put this on Indeed because
Yeah.
woo, I need an administrator.
Right.
You know, I'm not doing all this paperwork myself. Oh, I can't run my books. I didn't go to school to be a CPA.
Nope. Somebody else did.
Somebody else did. So I just need to hire you to do what needs to be
That's it.
done for me.
That's it.
Yeah, people miss that though.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for
So happy
having
you.
me.
that you're here. I already know that this is like it's gonna be my new favorite episode. I already know. Like I don't have to even listen to it back, but I
It's
will.
gonna be amazing.
It will be. So again, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
This
And
will not be the last time we see each other.
No, like
Because you
you're
ladies-
stuck with us now.
You ladies are getting drip. Y'all heard it here first.
Yes.
That they will be getting drips from me.
And
Yes.
if we can record it,
And we can make it.
Oh,
you
we
can do
will
it.
record it.
Because see,
Yes.
if you sign a video release to say we can put you on social media or whatever, we can record this whole
We can
session.
sign it right now. Don't
Yes.
worry about
Yes.
it. We can record this whole process.
Yes.
Like,
This whole elite experience.
and it's going to be amazing.
Yes. I'm
You guys are
excited.
going to love
Yes.
it. So definitely yes.
Okay. Yay. Okay. That is a wrap on this episode.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye guys.